So here we go. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Traditional Wrestling League, round 6, and USA Today formal performance here, Circuit of the Americas. It's the last race of this year, and yeah, I will commentate it today. My name is Tim Stanis, and I'm joined by Kevin Harrison. Hello.
Hello, and a nice introduction there. Of course, today we are at USA, as you said. Plenty of overtaking opportunities on this track. There's certainly no shortage of it, so should be seeing good overtaking, especially into turn 1. The uphill entry to it should be tricky braking. If you're like turning further corner side by side with someone, might be a little more difficult to give space.
Okay.
And also down the back straight into turn 12 would be the next overtaking opportunity. But this the sector 1 is going to be quite tight in mistakes. If someone goes around, maybe we could see crashes in there.
Yeah, there's definitely potential. Especially the third sector is a bit tricky to drive. Because of the, I think it's turn 15. The little left-hander who comes out of the two right-handers.
Yeah, that is turn 15.
Yeah, the corner goes a bit upside down. No, not upside down. A bit down on the track. So if you're going to this little hole there, it would be tricky to get the traction out of it. But yeah.
Yeah, that corner is kind of like the inside gets. It's like kind of slightly banked on the left, which means the elevation on the inside is just a little lower. So on traction, it might be a little more difficult to get out of the corner.
Yeah. As we have Thomas McIver already on his lap, but if he, until he is finished, we should have a short view onto the standings. Rocco Welch is leading by 3 points ahead of Lewis Curtis, who isn't racing today, and then with 45 points, 6 points behind Lewis Curtis, we have Ollie Flavel. And in the constructor is Rocco and Nino leading ahead of Matthew and Sondre. So it's definitely pretty close. Because of you have only from P1 to like P9 only 24 points, so like a win could change a lot of things, and yeah, good to see that we have close championship fight.
Yeah, and that is kind of the nature of how the system kind of goes. And I've just watched the Red Bull. I'm not sure if his actual name is Shadow. He went straight on. In turn 13. Not really sure what happened there, but hopefully that doesn't happen again, especially in the race.
Yeah. The first bangers has been set up by the racing points. It's Michael Mall with a 133 point flat 0 on softs, who is behind him on the lap. I need to get Matthew Alder. Is he the next one? No, he started his lap yet. Logan Allround, and no, it's Thomas Traupis. Crossing line goes on provision pole, 130.5. As Kyle Langston is in the pits. What about Cyril this year? He goes up to third in the Red Bull on mediums. Behind him we have Tom Jewell, goes up to third. And behind him we have Jared Fosbury, no, it's the other. After it's Paco, he goes on a lap. So then Matthew Alder, who goes purple in the second sector, is on his way. On mediums. So I think the strategy around here is a soft hard or a soft medium, if I was right informed. So yeah. But we're going on board with Matthew Alder. Crosses the line now to get P4, fastest of the medium runner in the house. So good lap from him as Julie Mulder in the Mercedes started his lap. First thing was, I think definitely we were pit. What about Logan Around? He invalidated his lap. It's his home Grand Prix today. His teammate at the moment is sitting in provisional pole.
Brandon Glover is going to come across the line in his mediums to go P7 with a 34.1. Not quite the quickest in medium runner, so maybe that lap wasn't as good as he would have liked it to be.
Oh, we are nearly Jolly Muller spinning on his mediums with honest lap, but I think Pachysaurus should be closer than him. Yeah, it's coming to the line now on the softs, which I'm really sad it's a 1:32.2. 2 tenths off Thomas Traupis. 2 seconds, not 2 tenths. That's quite impressive.
Yeah, of course, Thomas would probably be the favourite. Actually, before too many people set the laps, do you want to do a prediction, top 3 prediction for quali? And then I guess we'll do the same for the race later on.
If we don't count that Thomas Traupis is at the moment 2 seconds in front on 1.5, I would say I was sitting on a good car. Maybe Logan around his teammate. Could up go to pole like maybe Ivan King Delta F1. I think it's Ivan King. I'm not sure. Could be up there as well, and Matthew Alder on his mediums is on the same pace, nearly like Thomas Jewell on the soft. So maybe I think my top 3 will be Delta ahead of Thomas and Matthew.
And I'm gonna go similar, but I'd say Thomas on pole ahead of Matthews and Delta. So Delta first, down to third. It's the only difference.
Sandra in this chat saying good evening. And Ross saying good evening to Sandra. Okay, then who's on a lap? I'm following at the moment still Delta. I'm watching for his real name now. It is Ivan King. So I'm correct informated. This is coming down to turn 13. It's purple sector 2, but in this game we cannot trust completely. On the way to the tricky turn 15. So we need to get out of the way. Now through turn 16, 17 and 18. It's important to get a good run through turn 19 and a good line through turn 20 because of this exit of this corner is really tricky. But Ivan King goes second for 1:31.9. Then what is supposed Sandra invalidated already. I don't think, I'm not sure, but I think our Flower should be the next one. He has on his car the mediums, and on my game is the softs.
Yeah, Thomas Trophies is coming through the last few corners to start his second flying lap. Of course, he's on provisional pole right now.
And I think we should go on board with him for a lap, because of the rest of the drivers should have invalidated already. Then first DRS rate. Behind him is his teammate. He's going through turn 1. Then here the little right-hander. You need to stick to the right here to get a full corner cut without cutting the rear corner. Through the S's on to the tricky corner turn 7 and a little chicane 8 and 9. Already popular in sector 1. This time we can trust. Here going down to turn 11. Important exit unit here for the race. Because of if you don't get a good exit and the guy behind you is with the DRS, you can't defend pretty much. Yeah. Coming down to turn 12. As I said already, the best overtaking spot today. I think it's Thomas McIver. Did he jump to P2 or I'm wrong? I think I'm right, and Thomas Traupis is 1/10 up.
Yeah, he did jump to P2 there, and Nino also gets up to P3. I'm pretty sure Delta had taken P2 initially a few minutes ago, so yeah, both of them improving.
It's good. As I saw Thomas Traupis is 1/10 up on his lap. How does Paxaurus get out of the way? As Thomas Traupis should set a better lap. He is 130.2.
Yeah, 30.2.
As Logan goes
And his
direct behind him.
teammate 30.4. So maybe you're right about Logan being up there.
Yes. It's good to see on his home race that he's doing good so far. What is about Kyle Langston? Is he on mediums or on softs? My game says on the dashboard it's softs, but his car fitted mediums.
Yeah, that's probably for their best then.
Oh.
If you go to the spectator menu and change it to fitted, then it'll show what tires they actually have on.
Oh yeah. Okay. Thank you for the information.
Oh, well.
As he's coming through turn 14.
Looks like Brandon... Did he set a... No, he didn't.
I'm not sure.
Oh no, he did actually. Yeah, he initially was on the medium tire and he switched over to the softs and went P9 there. Nice.
Good for him. Yeah, Kyle Langston is out of fuel or what? Why is he driving so slow? He's out of fuel. But he will set the time, it's a 138.4. Behind him comes... who's he? Pacosaurus. Oh. Okay, he drove into the pit wall. Who's on a lap? I don't think we have one. Still 5 minutes left. As we see Julian Mulder spinning. Luke Windland is currently P5. I need to check for something. So I need to check shortly something. Things are sorted. Do we have now some drivers on their out laps? We have Sylvain Vessier on his lap, this time on the softs in the Red Bull. Maybe we can show good pace and go up there today. Who else on my lap? I don't think anyone else is. So you have 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Still following the Red Bull. As he goes purple, he's 7/10 up on his time. Should bring him at the moment to P8 if he's not improving in the red sector. But we'll find out soon which time will he set. Coming down to 10:20. Crossing the line. And goes up to third, 151.3. So we have Ivan King stopped on track. A lot of drivers on their out laps, but Shane. As Delta got disqualified. Or? Yeah, he got. For parking. Yeah, for parking in the dangerous spot. That will give him P19. As Shane invalidated his lap, but it's about Sanchez Rock, he didn't set a time yet. Don't invalidate. And he didn't. So we have Tom Jewel and Paco also on a lap. Tom Jewel already invalidated. Paco is behind Sondre. So I'll be following Sondre. Sondre with the Ferrari engine will not get that much straight line speed. It's coming down to turn 12. I didn't saw if he... No, he didn't set it this time yet, so... It's coming through turn 16, 17 and 18. Let's full throttle off throughout here. We need to stick a bit more to the right. Oh, and Sondre got invalidated in the penultimate corner. And now he needs to go on a lap behind Tom Jewel, who also invalidated his previous lap. So that will give Sondre a bit of slipstream. Sondre is being in 0 ERS. Come on, Sondre, just set a time. As we have a lot of drivers finishing the lap, I think. What about the Renault? No, I don't think they're starting all the laps. Then I'm going on board with Tom Jewel. Coming down to P11, 2011. Got a good exit. He's low on fuel, hopefully he got enough for the second run. I'm not going out of fuel. He's 1/10 up, a bit more than 1/10. Who is on a lap as well? It's Jared Fosbury, who is directly behind Tom Jewel, but we are heading down to Tom Jewel for the moment. It's going to turn 19, down the validated like Sondre did. No, he didn't. Only to turn 20. Good exit, which I'm really sad. Stays in 9th, okay. Then we're going with Jared Fosbury. He's coming to turn 19. Good run there. Turn 20. Goes to the line. Except P10. Then we have behind him Pacos Robles should be. Yes, it is. As Pacos out of fuel. And then we have one of the McLarens. It's Tom Stropis. Will he improve on his pole time? Yes, he is. 1:30 flat. 4 tenths out of his teammate. That's a benchmark. His Nino Romanello got already in validation. So we have Matthew Alder and Brandon Glover coming.
Matthew Alder's going to be next to come across the line.
And Brandon backs off.
I think it seems he improved, but he didn't improve by that much. 13th for Matthew.
As we have qualifying over, I think. As I don't know why Brandon backed off his time. Maybe not to go out of into the top 10 and starting on softs. Maybe that would be the reason for it. So yeah, that's qualifying over.
Yeah, it seems like Matthew may have backed off his time in a similar fashion, being down in 13th. I'm sure he was improving more than that kind of shows.
Okay, then we have Thomas Schrobbis on pole ahead of Logan Aurand, Sylvain Vessier, Michael Marlowe, Louis Quinta, and Thomas McIver, Paco Serraris, Nino Romanello, Tom Jewel, Ori Flever, Jared Fosbury, Brandon Glover, Matthew Alder, Rocco Walsh, Julie Mulder, Kaya Langston, Serge Zarok, Shane Callier, and Ivan King, who got disqualified. So yeah.
I checked. Matthew Alder was up by 4.5 tenths. Would that have gotten much though?
Yeah,
it actually wouldn't have. So maybe it's better they backed off.
Okay, then we have the two McLarens dominating. Yeah, that's like between them is 4 tenths, and then the gap is 8 tenths to the next driver. Hopefully the race will not be dominant like this. Yeah. So we're waiting for the drivers to pick the right strategy. Maybe a few setup changes on the wings, but nothing big. Then we're going to the formation lab for the last time this year. In Formula Performance, generally we have F1, 2 and 3 on Saturday and Sunday. As the formational lab is on the way. Let's look. Of the top 10 we have only Joey Model, Kyle Langston and Ivan King starting on mediums. Maybe the drivers out of top 10 will have the mediums fitted. They will be maybe going for the medium hard. Or aiming for a late safety car.
Looking at it though, who would you say for your top 3, Tim? And also in the chat, feel free to make your own predictions as well.
I think we will see a close fight between the McLaren, but I think Thomas will win out of Logan and maybe we could see a Michael Marlowe or maybe a surprising Paco Solares in P3. But Paco is starting on P7. I would say Michael Marlowe in third.
And for me, I would say the same, except third for me would be Matthew, because he can do anything in any car he's given, I think, so.
Yeah, you're damn right.
And he's also starting on medium, so I think at the end with the quicker pace as well.
I will correct mine.
Snatch a third.
I will correct mine. I will go with your P3, Matthew Allendor. He has definitely the pace, and like the better strategy than the soft runners. So yeah, let's see. Ivan King is the last guy we're waiting for to go into his parking position. Then I hope I get a better camera angle. So yeah, it's round 6 in the USA. We have 5 red lights and away we go. It looks like a good start from Thomas and from Logan as well. We have behind Luke Quinlan already getting a position up as Neil Romero is on the inside of Michael Marlowe. Neil Romero is fighting with Thomas McIver through the S's. Behind them we have Matthew Allendor and Paco Solares going with wheel to wheel through the S's. They kept it clean as Ivan King's already up to P12. He's definitely on a chart here.
Oh,
as we have contact
Matthew
between
Alder's
Paco. Yeah, I saw it. I was on board.
Solares and Matthew Alder having contact through what is, I think, turn 11. That is.
Yeah.
Paco, of course, on the inside, just clipped Matthew's rear left and sent him round, and now he's last 3.5 seconds off the grid.
As we are further ahead of the field, is Ole Flevel got a move done on Thomas McIver. As Tom Jewell needed to avoid contact with Thomas McIver. We got no wing damage from it at all. As we have... Oh, we missed that Vessier goes out of Logan and Red Bull. As Thomas Schropp has already got a 1.5 second gap to P2. We have further down the field some battles.
So Paco and
as Shane and
someone's actually dealt us off the track a little bit there.
Yeah, and there was contact between Paco and Shane. Paco goes off track. Shane shifts cars now under pressure from Jared Fosbury, who goes down the inside of him. And behind him is directly Sandra Zoro, who is looking for a move. As Sandra got the better line, and he said because of the switching he got from Jared Fosbury there. The Sandra is ghosted for me, okay. As still Shane goes on the inside of Sandra, but Sandra is ahead. Good move from him. As the timings are completely glitched. Still
Yeah, hopefully they'll fix after Sector 1.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it's gonna miss it. Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it should go now. Spectros goes wide. Did he have wing damage? No, he hasn't.
I think Nino might be making a move on Michael Marlowe. He's had a good run on him.
I'm on board with him. It's in the slipstream. And yes, the inside line for turn 12, and he is ahead. I wasn't trying it for a move. Yes, we have a bit behind. We have.
Oh, and Paco Suarez down the inside of Jared Fosbury there. Into turn 12, a late braking from Paco, softs versus mediums as well. And Paco makes the move up into P13 now.
Yeah, I saw that Jared Fosbury was overtaking Paco into turn 11. Maybe Paco has done the switchback with his softs. Yes, he's already got to brake later, and he's ahead of his teammate now. As Shane goes.
Shane's going down the inside now.
Yeah, that will cost Sandra a lot of position.
Does Sandra have damage or anything? Because he was going very slowly.
Yeah, yes.
On that right
yes, he missing his right hand plate.
He does have damage.
That's unfortunate for him. As Jared Fosbury and Paco Suarez still going for it. Jared Fosbury on the inside line. Paco Suarez maybe looking for a switchback. Wasn't enough. And he is behind his teammate for this race. What is going on between Tom Jewell and Thomas McIver? DRS should be activated.
Oh, Logan I think that might have been a lag. It looked like Logan Arendt hit the back of Vezier, but
Logan is not the DRS. Could be an easy one for Logan. He's gaining and gaining in the strip screen. He's not using his DRS now, as he stays behind him. Any moves? You have Tom Jewell
down the inside of Thomas, yeah.
Yeah, go on. Oh, what a switchback.
I was going to let you take it, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, Thomas McIver with a switchback there, initially getting overtaken by Tom Jewell, but switched back of dreams there and gets back up in 8th place, still behind the other racing point of Michael Marlowe, who is actually ghosted. So, has he lagged out or anything, or...?
I don't know.
I want to say no. There's also Delta, who has the same thing, or is it Mr. Nice Guy?
Right.
Yeah, Mr. Nice Guy is also posted, but I don't think that they've flagged out.
I'm not sure into the barriers. Yeah, I don't know. He has an X for me. Thomas Jewell is going through his ghost. That's what you normally should not do.
Oh no, so, Sondre and Matthew both pitting here on lap 4.
Okay,
of course, Matthew started on the mediums initially, so yeah, he's gonna have to pull on the hards to the end. Not exactly what Matthew would have needed. He got damage from some fight. It must have been maybe to do with Paco. Is actually Paco a little bit off Jared now, so maybe they had some sort of incident that Matthew got caught up in.
Indeed, you have a little battle between Rocco and Brandon, but I don't think that Rocco will be close enough to try something. Thomas Jewell, or Tom Jewell called, is at the back of Thomas McIver. It's our closest fight currently on the... I just missed a word. Yeah, it's like a few little... It's so... I don't know, Michael Marlowe is just he's out of the lobby, I think. I don't know. You're about Tom Jewell. He's our closest man. He's currently sitting in P8 behind Thomas McIver. He's losing time on the straight. Maybe he can gain enough to get a move on the second DRS rate. would be a bit longer. As we have Julian. No, Paco Soros is pitting. I think we'll be pitting for Hearts and for fresh front wing. His front wing looks good. I don't know why he's switching his front wing. I don't know, but
might be non-visual damage.
yeah.
Sorog though, they might be close between him and Paco. Thewalder went through, of course, into turn 1. Sundry may be getting a better exit here.
Got a switch
and
back
on the
there.
exit they are going to be side by side, but Sundry loses the rear though, which is crucial for Paco Suarez to be able to stay in front. Of course, Paco won slightly fresher tires, so that was really a crucial move to have been made there. And although we got lucky with Sundry losing the rear, he can push on now to try and make up time from this
Shane is on the
undercut.
inside of Jared Fosbury into turn 11, 12 it is. And Shane is ahead. Jared Fosbury at the moment losing a few positions. It's unfortunate for him, but we have Rocker Welch still at the back of Command Glover. Let's stay with them until they're in turn 1 after the DRS raid. So Rocker Welch got now the DRS. Has a lot of ERS to use. Will he use some noise scanning on his own? Only with the DRS. Is he diving it down the inside and now he backs off? And will be surely waiting for the second DRS raid. So we have Jared Fosbury going down the inside on Shane at turn 1. Shane holds around the outside. And he holds his position as Jared now going on the outside or inside. It's the outside through the S's, and he got a racing time penalty at that moment. And he's not making the move after going back on board with Rocker Walsh. Welch, I don't know. As they're riding through turn 11. Important exit now for both of them. As Rocco gets now the DRS. The DRS wing is open. He's using his ERS. Tries to defend a bit. But Rocco's not gaining enough. Okay, we'll be sticking back for another few corners as... What happened to Jared Fosbury? After his time penalty in turn 5, I think it was. He just lost over a second. It's interesting, as Shane got past Michael Marlowe, the ghosted car at the moment. As we have Kyle Langston at the back of Matthew Alder. Yeah. Good question, Ross. What happened to Delta? Did you saw him retiring? Kevin?
I'm not sure what happened to him.
I did saw someone popping up.
I don't think he was one of the ones who lagged out or anything, like Nice Guy or... there was someone else, it was Michael Marlowe I think, but I guess he just crashed out somewhere on the track. I didn't notice it myself either, but...
Yeah, there was no yellow and no safety car at least. So it's interesting. Yeah.
May have retired it in the pits. That's the most likely thing, I think.
Yeah, but we could have popped up a yellow flag for us on the screen normally. So that's the thing about I'm asking myself. Yeah. Nice guy's name is Julian. Okay. I already know that. As Rocker Welch got past Brandon Glover into turn 1, I think we missed that. Because if Brandon was already behind Rocco.
Oh, and Sandra Sorog and Paco Suarez are doing a little bit of fighting, I've just noticed. At the start of Sector 2 there was a switchback from Sandra that got him ahead of Paco Suarez, so surely Paco's going to have a better... No, he hasn't actually.
Yeah, he lost the backhand a bit.
So it looks like Sandra's going to stay ahead.
And maybe he's getting enough. Look how he's gaining. He's gaining. He's pulling out down the inside into turn 12. And Sandra maybe we're looking for a switchback. He is, but he's not gaining enough speed. Maybe another switchback. No.
Oh,
Hey,
down the
blocks
inside
up
from Sandra Sorog.
Yeah.
I think Paco has damage, I just realized.
Oh, Paco
Or
got
maybe
a...
both of them have damage, actually.
Yes, Paco got
No,
this
just
little
Paco.
switchback there. Did Paco get wing damage? Oh yes, he has.
Yeah, his front left tin plate.
Should be a second front wing change in this race. Or last week Ravener not looking strong
Sundre is
enough
fine,
today.
so that must be why Sundre closed up to begin with. Because there was a little bit of time between them. And Sundre's going to close up in the 7-1, but he's not going to go for any moves at this time.
He isn't, as we have... Except
And
of the battle...
again, a little bit of a rear end loss, the exit. Looks like the two guys who have lagged out are in a little bit of a fight, or... Well, no. Yeah, it could be the Mercedes. So yeah, I think maybe both of them are lagged out.
Yes, we have
So
no
they're in a bit
active
of a
battle
fight.
on track except of Sandra and Paco. As Sandra got a way better exit than Paco. And he says just thank you. Gets the DRS and Paco. What is going on with Slipstream? Oh, it's just using his overtake. As we're going side by side, I have a camera angle as Sandra's on the inside. As Paco's not
Tom
looking.
Jewel in just saying. Just a side note there.
He's in the
So
pits.
he might be coming out with actually the two AIs.
Yeah, I noticed that Julia Mulders as well. For me, it goes. Tiberius is definitely an X over his name. So then... Thomas McIver maybe close to Olive level, as I would have thought that we have a lot more penalties flying around. Then we have only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drivers having time penalties, as we have Thomas McIver gaining a lot of speed onto Olive level. He's on the inside. Olive level holds it around the outer, little tap there, but all clean. Mifiolo picks up 3-second time penalty. I was a bit surprised there. How's the battle between Sandra and Paco? We're coming to the DRS line now. Yes, Sandra struggles a bit on the exit.
Logan Aaron in as well.
Yeah, he's in. As Paco Soros is
On
gaining,
hard tires.
gaining, but it's diving on the inside. Sandra maybe looking not for switchback. Okay, he's still sidebar side to turn 13. As Paco goes now for a switchback there. Goes around the outside, maybe a switchback. No, Sandra was just sticking on the inside. But Paco again with a switchback. Gets a bit more speed than Sandra. He needs to back off for a bit, at least. As we have Logan around at the back of Thomas McIver. Logan around. Pitted already is coming out in P6, that's quite confident from him. As Thomas McIver braked a bit too late, it gives Logan around no opportunity to go for a move on a DRS rate. Both are using their overtake. Logan has the DRS, but he's not faster. That shows that the Renault was not that much better than the Mercedes Lotus on the inside. On Thomas. Thomas not looking for a switchback there. So that's P5 for Logan. Will be interesting, maybe he's just trying on the undercut on his who is now in. He should pit now for hearts as well. Let's show how close it will be between them both, between the both McLarens. So the yellow flag sector 2, that's Paco Suarez. Is his forward wing no gun? No, it's not. Still only this M plate. And Thomas Tropis came out of his teammate. And still the 5-second gap between them. As I have a lot of drivers pitting now for the hard tires or for mediums. Depends on which strategy you're on. Nino Romanello got ahead of Jared Fosbury, pretty close on the exit of the pits.
Thomas MacGyver similarly, like Sondre Sorhog did on the exit of turn 1, losing the rear end. He came out alongside Tom Jewell, but Tom Jewell was able to go right around the outside and keep his P11.
My god, that's the second time penalty. Yes, indeed. We need to look at an eye on this both. As we have Jared Fosbury now in the DRS window of Nino Romanello. Jared Fosbury didn't pit yet. As is Rocco Welch and Brandon Glover didn't pit it yet. As they are both are under pressure, or even Brandon from Sylvain Vessier. Or Sylvain. So I'm going on board with him. Sylvain with the Red Bull obviously. Has a power advantage from the car and even from the tires, because I don't think that the mediums will feel great at the moment. There will be quite confident in the mediums at the moment, but yeah, they will be starting to fall off a bit. Sylvain now gets the DRS. He's pulling out to the inside, and I think he'll be ahead of the corner. No, he is not completely, but now he is. Brandon just backed off. So we're going to Oliver Flavel, who is in the 1 second window of Jared Fosbury. Oliver Flavel pitted already, and Jared didn't. So I need to drink something. So I'm still on board with Oliver Flavel, who is now in the DRS window of Jared Fosbury. Oliver Flavel has the ERS advantage over Jared Fosbury. And we know how good Jared can save his ERS. As Ollie is gaining and gaining in the slipstream, but he isn't close enough to try and move into turn 12.
Oh, and he gets really close to the back of Jared Fosbury into the braking zone as well, which is that kind of, it kind of shows the difference in grip that these hard tires are giving compared to Jared's old mediums as well. So through this final sector, he's really going to be closing, and he'll want to make this move soon because Tom Jewell isn't too far away in the Williams versus the Ferrari. The Ferrari is going to be the quicker car out of those two, so he really is going to want to make this move soon, at least.
Indeed, as Tom as you said, is closing in on the battle, and as Thomas MacGyver is closing on to Tom Jewell, maybe we will have very soon a 4-way battle for P9. Sarafara locks up into turn 1. So I think it would be good for Ollie if he gets a Jared between him and Tom, because of Tom is his direct follower in the battle for the rear race. Rear race I mean with that in terms of pit stops. As we have Sylvain Vessier going side by side with Rocco Welch on the DRS straight, and he's ahead of the corner. We got a DRS straight now. We have Oliver Flavel gaining, Church's wasting his all ERS to defend his position. We'll only look for a move now, he's not, but it's about Thomas MacGyver. He's on the inside line of Thomas MacGyver is on the inside line of Thomas MacGyver. Yes, Tim. On Tom Jewell. Yeah, they're all now.
Ollie Flavel's still trying to go make this move down the inside of Jared Fosbury, and it looks like this time he will actually get that move done into turn 15, I'm pretty sure that is, if I'm not wrong.
It is turn 15. Yeah, it is. You're right.
Yeah.
As Thomas MacGyver has passed Tom Jewell, as they're all now in a 4-way battle. What is about Shane? He's coming close to his teammate. And we have a yellow flag.
Yeah, Louis Quinn, I was going to say, just made a move on the previous straight. Of course, Louis Quinn has pitted. Shane hasn't yet. along with Brandon and Rocco Walsh, so they're going to be looking to come back at the end of this race. They'll probably be pitting around lap 18, I would assume, or at least I think that was the pit lap last game, mediums to softs, but we'll see if it's the same case on this game or not.
I was following Olaf level through the S section, if maybe Jared's coming close, and I saw Jared was just cutting every corner. He didn't get a pen. At least one or two corners he got right. But it's now under pressure from Thomas McIver. So I'm looking for the penalties. Jerry got a lot of penalties in the last few
Shane
minutes.
is actually closing up to Brandon Glover. I was going to say maybe he can make a move into turn 1, but he's decided, no, I'm going to make this move now. Down the inside, Brandon, it seems that he locked up going through the corner, and he's open to P5 now. Or Louis Quinlan, I should say, not Shane mixing 2 Renaults up.
Yes, Jared Fosbury may have lost 2 positions. And a 5 for P9. As Tom and Thomas. Both named as Thomas. Are now close to Olaf level. Maybe Olaf level can drive out the 1 second window. That would give him some breathing space for at least 2 laps. Or 1 lap. Depends on how fast they can go on, as Shane is not close enough to do a move on Brandon Glover. As we're back on the fight for P9. Sanjay got out of Julian. So I'm on board now with Shane. He is still on his 14 lap old mediums, but same as Brandon Glover. But behind them we have Lino Romanello with his fresh mediums. Shane's now with the DRS behind Brandon Glover. As Lino Romanello comes out of nowhere, I didn't notice that he's coming so close to him, as he is diving it down the inside, maybe on Brandon Glover as well.
He might actually go for a double overtake here. He's going to try and squeeze Brandon out on the exit, but Brandon sticks it now down the inside
That's drifting.
of turn 13 into turn 15.
Diving
Nino
it,
wants the
yes.
inside line. Surely he's going to be able to make this move now.
As Brandon got a switch
And
back.
Brandon tries a switchback, but Nino's exit is just a little better. So a successful double overtake. It took a few corners, but Nino up 2 positions.
That's quite great attacking from Nino there, but it's fresh softs to the old soft mediums, I mean. Yeah, he got a lot of advantage there. As Brandon and Shane still fighting. Sam is... oh, who's there? It's Paco Span on the start finish, right? As we still have Ollie, Thomas and Tom under battle for P9. So if Louis Quinlan closed up the gap to Rocco Welsh, who hasn't pitted yet. Rocco Welsh pretty confident in his 4th position, our championship leader, who is named for the most 4th positions in this season so far, except of last week. As Paco retired on track. Okay, please no safety car for this. But even there is safety car, would be mixing up the things. But Louis Quinlan now on the move, start on Rocco Welsh. So I'm switching words, as I noticed. Yeah, he's ahead. What is going on with Shane? He's not closing enough. What is Thomas McIver is gaining on Alpha defends the inside line, and it's not enough. Thomas McIver was just too fast with the same engine. As Thomas drops a bit of at the back of Olaf level. As Olaf level could drive it on the inside of the turn 15. Thomas McIver goes to the offensive line. Could have lost him a bit of... yeah, he lost it. And he spun front wing damage. Tom Jewel. What is with... oh, Rocco Welsh got the puncture!
Yeah, Rocco Walsh. A puncture. He was luckily entering the pits at the exact same time. But yeah, I guess perfect timing on lap 17 now. So they only went 16 laps, and is anyone else? No, they are
soft for them.
lap.
Soft for them, it's definitely interesting as in the pits as well. Brandon Glover and Shane. And Jared Fosbury all pitted for
Oh, and
softs.
Shane trying to go down the inside of Brandon Glover there. Brandon was already turning in there, but Shane tried it down the inside, didn't quite work, and he's gonna have to stay behind.
Yeah, as we have 11 laps to go. The two McLarens driving their own race at the moment. As I'm still watching Shane at the back of Brandon Glover. It's not close enough to try and move into turn 12. I'm just checking something. Okay, then I'm back. So it was just shortly checking something on the Discord. As there's still Shane in the back of Brandon Glover. As my brother is in the chat. Okay. That's quite funny, but we have still a fight between Rocco Walsh and Matthew Alder. He's closing in and Shane and Brandon. But the main fight I think should be Brandon and Shane. They're fighting for the last points position at the moment. But I need to watch surely Rocco and Brandon. No, Rocco and Matthew. As they're on the way to this DRS rate. It's gaining with the DRS and DRS. Going side by side on the way to turn 12. And here's Ed, what is about? Brandon going needs to defend on Shane. And with the Hearse engine it's not that much easy. As we have still Julian not back in this car, he got overtaken by Sandre. As I'm looking for Tom Jewell, who is fighting with Ollie Flever. Tom Jewell wasn't close enough the last laps to close in the gap. He's running wide, got no penalty, lucky for him. As Sandre just bugging a bit on the timing. As Brandon is losing a bit time to Shane. Shane sets the new fastest lap of the race. I think Thomas Traub is was sitting P1 got the fastest lap. Until now. Is Tom Jewell still at the back of Ollie Flavel. And he needs to get closer if you want to make a move into turn 12 after the second DRS raid. As Rocco Welch coming to this battle. So Matthew Alder trying maybe to hold the horse to the end. But I don't think he will finish the points because of Shane and Brandon are crossing massively on him. But still Tom is not close enough. What about Rocco? Complete championship leader. He's coming way closer, but not close enough to try a move. As Rocco got a good exit off turn 13. Thomas was defending the inside line. No switchback chance there for Rocco. As Logan picks up his 3-second time penalty. Rocco Welch has a very tire advantage over Tom Jewell. He's just nearly pushing him through all corners. And this should be an easy one. He got the better exit with the softs. Running on the way to turn 1 and he is ahead. You could see on the braking zone how much tire advantage he has. And Rocco is now looking for a move on his teammate for this race. Olive level is on 9 laps old hard tires. As Shane is close to Matthew Older, the god of IRL. Shane got a little slippery on the exit of turn 8 or 9 it is, I don't know. And behind him is still Brandon Glover in the DRS range, but it should be an easy one for Shane this time, as we have Rocco and Ollie. Rocco on the inside of Olive level, and he is ahead. What is about Thomas McIver, who is at the back of Sandra Zarhawk after the swing damage? He needed to pit. He decided for the mediums to go to the end. So we're watching the battle between Matthew and Brandon now. So Matthew just a sitting duck with a 15 lap old hard tire. He will drop out of the points if he get overtaken by his teammate for this race. And Shane really pushing Tom, as he has only the DRS advantage. Thomas has it as well, but he's not be able to fight back. But he's still loading it around the outside in turn 1. But Shane got the tire advantage used for him, as we have Brandon Glover past Matthew Older. Thomas McIver and Sandra really going for it. We'll watch them for at least a few moments. So Thomas McIver closing in on Sandra. Sandra is going for the end defensive line. What means that Thomas needs to go around the outside as he is looking for a switchback.
Yeah,
he has the better tire.
Is also down the inside of Tom there in turn 11, and he makes a pretty easy move. And actually, Matthew Older is going to be trying a move on Tom Jewell as well to get back up into the points. And the two Haas's go past Tom. Tom loses 2 positions, and actually Matthew Older may be looking for a move on Brandon there.
No,
he was able to slow the car down enough to not go for it, but it looks like he was looking for it, so he's not afraid to be making these overtakes, as of course, why would he be, you know? It is Matthew Older, so yeah, he is looking to get back these positions that he has lost.
No, maybe if he's lucky, Brandon will pass Ollie very soon. Then maybe Matthew can fight with Olive level for P9. So I'm pretty sure that Brandon will use his tire advantage over Olive level, and he has a bit of car advantage. But the gap between the Haas and the Williams is not that much big, at least. How was it about the DRS? They're near on the same ERS, Ollie and Brandon, so only the advantage of the tires and the DRS Brandon will have on the second DRS rate. And nearly everyone except of the 2 guys who are not in this lobby, P15, P16, and Thomas Drop has everyone time penalties. And for most of the drivers it's 3 seconds, except of Tom, Jared, Sandre, and Sylvain Vessier. As Brandon is closing in on Olive level on the DRS rate, he needs to go around the outside. Maybe he's looking for a switchback move. No, he's not. Olive was great defending the inside line. Will he go down the inside into turn 30? No, he's not. Thomas McIver passing Jared Fosbury ahead of the DRS rate. I don't think that will be the best idea for him. But we will see maybe Jared will fight back. Yeah, he is. He's gaining and gaining. And Jared side by side. And he's way ahead of the corner. As Brandon still behind Ollie. Very close between them both. So now again using the DRS and his ERS. Ollie's not defending the inside line, so Brandon needs to go down the inside into turn 1. Goes a bit wide, it gives Ollie the opportunity for him to switch back, but his old hards are not good enough against the fresh softs. So you have 5 laps left. Ollie Flower picks up another 3-second time penalty. As we have Thomas McIver and Jared Fosbury still fighting for P12. Jared should have the tower advantage, but I think Thomas should have the penalty advantage. Yes, he has. So I'm going back to the fight between Ollie and Brandon. I think Brandon should drive easily out of the DRS window. So then we have the fight who I called a few laps ago between Matthew and Ollie Flavel. Is Ollie pulling out but not diving it? As I thought Brandon should be trying easily away. But maybe the soft are starting to fall off a bit. But I don't think the old hards will be enough. At least. As we have Sondre on his 18 lap old hards against Thomas McIver, who is diving now down the inside on Jared Fosbury. But he backs off for the moment, but Jared gives him the space to avoid some contact. This one is good feel from Sondre's car. Sondre maybe diving it on the inside, yes, in turn 15. And Thomas McIver a bit of contact there. But Sondre got the traction back on his car. Sondre goes wide. As Matthew Alder is 7/10 off Olive level for a moment. What is about time penalties between them? Ollie has 6 seconds of time penalty, Matthew only 3. So yeah, only 4 laps left. A lot of seconds to do for Ollie already dropping behind Matthew. As I'm watching Thomas McIver at the back of Jared Fosbury. As the McLarens are still driving their own race. 20 seconds ahead of Silva and Vessier in P3. And as Thomas McIver now using his IRL, same as Jared Fosbury. No, he's not. Now he's gaining a lot of time, a lot of seconds, a lot of speed for him. He dives out down the inside to turn 12. So Jared holds it around the outside a bit. And he's holding it still. The softs are working out for him. Oh, there was contact. I don't think wing damage for Thomas. That was a bit light. As Thomas trying for doing a move to turn 15, but he thought better of it. As I'm watching Shane Clare, who is in the DRS window of Rocco Walsh, both on the same tire and the same tire age. Shane lost his back end a bit out of turn 7 or 8, I don't know. So much S's, can't even remember every name. As Jared Fosbury and Sondre are both pitting. Maybe they spoke to each other and said, let us entertain. As Jared, no, not Jared, Matthew gaining on Olive level. Ollie's trying on the inside line to defend it, but still Matthew Ollie goes down the inside on Olive level. Ollie holds it around the outside, side by side, turns 13, now the inside line for Olive level. Still side by side on with turn 14 and 15. Now it's inside line for Matthew Ollie. Maybe Ollie goes for a switchback. He is, but he's not be able to do a move. That's P9 for Matthew. As we have Shane got past Rocco Walsh already. I didn't notice that. Rocco trying to hold with Shane. Maybe until the second DRS rate to try and move into turn 12. So Sondre Zarhawk with the DRS on his friend Jared Fosbury. The Bottle Hawk against the Foss Bottle. Jared defends the outside line. Sondre's on the inside. Jared holds it a bit around the outside, but is now diving in the inside. Came onto the sausage curb, what bumps his car a bit back to the track. Sandra is unnecessary doing the defensive line to turn 15. As Rocco and Shane still.
Jared's trying another move on Sondre there, or he almost did at least. He closed up through the right-hander, and Sondre hasn't actually had the best exit either. Yeah. So Jared's gonna still go down the inside once again, these two fighting, so it seems like they are kind of intending to fight at least, but I'm sure they aren't giving each other any extra inches than they have to.
Good switch from Sondre there. Jared just braked a bit too late. And Sondre just said thank you. As Charlie looked to Rocco and Shane. So Rocco is on the dear side now. He's using his ERS. Shane is not, but as Williams isn't be able to close enough in. We're going back to Sondre and Jared. With the penultimate lap of the race.
A little tighter of a line, maybe slightly better exit as well. He's gonna have DRS. He's used a lot of overtake here, but he's gonna be able to make the move. As Sondre moves just a little bit back, maybe a little sudden for Jared. Jared maybe didn't expect it, but he's still gonna be able to go around the outside now, side by side, out of the exit of turn 12. Now it's through the two right-handers, a double right-hand of 13 and 14. Jared goes out wide, and Sondre gets a switch back there. Still side by side. Sondre trying to go around the outside. He doesn't give Jared too much space. He does squeeze into the inside quite a lot. Jared trying to go around the outside as well. He goes a little bit off track, and it looks like Sondre is going to come out on top this time.
Yeah, indeed. They're both really fighting. I think they're doing that for fun, because they just said, hey, come on, we're all of the points, let's get some action. But still a very good battle between them. They're respecting each other enough. As we're on the last lap, we'll get very soon to Thomas Traub is on board with him. Jared picked up another 3-second time penalty. He's still going down the inside of turn 7. No, he's not. He's looking for a switchback. Unnecessary. Cuts a lot of corner there. But in it all. Last time for them. Well, they're already lapped, so yeah. Definitely the last time. As Jerry got a better exit. But I don't think it's close enough for him. No, it's not, and I'm going now.
Thomas Traub is coming through the penultimate corner.
Yeah, he's coming to the last corner. He leads from start to finish. Very dominant from him to take round 6 and his first win of the season, I think. Out of Logan Alrond, who had a lot of bad races. He will be definitely happy at his home race to get P2 now. Sylvain Vessier has done his debut in FP last week. Today he got the Red Bull after his DNF last week. He will be definitely happy about getting P3. It should be on time penalties as well. As there to...
Yeah, he'll keep that P3 on pace.
Yeah, he will keep it. As Sylvain Vessier got P3. Louis Quinlan will get P4. Nino Romanello coming home to get P5. Good rest from him. He's very happy. Shane will come home to take 6th position ahead of Rocco Welch. Got P7. Brandon Glover in his house has done a great job today. Was starting on P12, I think. Comes home to take 8. Ollie on 9th. Tom Jewell got 10th, and Matthew Alder dropped out of the points. Okay, I didn't notice that. I thought he was sitting in P. Oh, did he had puncture? Yeah, that's totally right. In his mirror. I'm not sure about Shane's draft today from Cody's, so he's the guy who picked up the most positions in the race. As Thomas Traub is taking his first win of the season in the McLaren dominant win today from him, and Logan in 2nd. I think there was 27 points then to P3 was Sylvain Vessier. But I think Logan will be happy and his home race taking P2. As we're waiting for the final result of the race. We have Thomas Job is winning ahead of Logan Aron, Sylvain Vessier, Louis Quinlan, Nilo Romanello, Shane Calais, who goes from P8 to P6, impressive race from him. Same as for Rocco Welch, P14 to P7. Brent Glover also impressive from P12 to P8, Olive Level in 9th, Tom in 10th, Matthew Allen 11th, Julie Moller P12, Sondre Sauer P13, Jared Fosbury P14, P15 for Michael Mardo, Thomas McIver, Kaya Langston, Parker Soros, and Ivan King are completing the grid for today.
I'm just seeing about the top 3 right now.
So
Thomas is also in the chat. So, what's Bevesier's PSN?
B Vessier.
Yeah, can you spell it?
B.
Because I'm not really sure. Yeah.
V.
Yep.
E.
Yep.
Double S.
Yep.
I.
E or?
E and R, yeah.
Got him then.
As we're waiting for purple podium finishers to come in for a short interview. Server Vessels. And yes. Just mute for a second. So we're only waiting for Logan and Thomas. So yeah. Race winner, yeah.
Now just waiting on... there we go.
There we go. Then we're complete. Then I will start the interviews with our race winner, who is Thomas Troppis today. Yeah, congratulations. Really dominant win from you today. Yeah, I don't think there was much action in your race. You just was leading from from the first to the last lap. Yeah, anything who goes on in your race was about action?
The race was very good. I was actually worried on the start I might get jumped, but luckily I got a good enough start, led into turn 1. And yeah, I just tried to lose DRS as quickly as I could, managed to do it on the very first lap, so that was good. And from then on I was throughout every lap until lap 10 I was contemplating whether to go mediums or hards, and in the end I just chose the hards just because it was the safer option. Nino actually pitted for mediums and he got to the end, but it was very close. So I just went with the safer option, didn't want any punctures or any issues with tyres at the end. So.
Yeah, indeed, at the end of the race you got P1 from leading from the first lap. Yeah, next race who will be next year. It will be around China. How are you around this track?
China is one of my favourite tracks, so I'm looking to get a really good result there as well. Obviously, I am going to be in the slower car and not a car that's the fast-moving plan. I probably will not be winning the race since I will be in a much slower car. So, yeah.
You can never know in this year with the allocation system, but yeah, then Congratulations to your win today, and good luck for the next race.
And that would lead us on to Logan Arend, if you're here.
Yeah.
There you go. So, yeah, obviously a P2 weren't able to catch up to Thomas. He just seemed a little too quick today, but a solid P2 didn't look like he had any problems.
No, I mean, I kind of did have problems. All my practice was in the AlphaTauri, but because, people saying late that they weren't going to make it, my car got changed, which was a little inconvenient. I don't want to say I wasn't ready for the McLaren. I've driven all the cars with realistic performance before, but, when you practice for an hour on one car and then go right to the other, I wasn't able to put together quite the qualifying lap I should have been able to. I don't think I would have been able to beat my teammate, but 4/10 off, I definitely shouldn't have been. I should have been within a tenth of him, or right on him. And then off the start, I didn't get quite the jump I wanted to. I usually get really good starts, but I got an okay start. I just played it conservative. I didn't want to risk contact with the other McLaren driver or anything like that. I was just thinking of playing the long game because it's USA. There could be accidents anywhere. There could be lots of penalties. And the Red Bull behind me got really aggressive early. I had to dodge him going into the one turn. He made a good move and burned a lot of his ERS early, so I thought all right, the other McLaren's just going to pull away at this point, so I kind of just played the long game, waited for DRS, got P2 back, and then from there, I don't know if he had I think he had a different setup than me, because there was some parts of the track where every lap I would gain on him, and then on other parts of the track he would gain on me. But overall, he was just a couple tenths quicker, so I just thought, finish out the P2 strong. I did try to get a little tricky with the pit strategy. I knew what the windows were for the preferred soft to hard and soft to medium, and I was enough behind him that I could react to it, so I thought, whatever, I'm going to do the opposite of what he does. So when we got to the soft to hard window, if I didn't see a notification that he was in, I was going to come in and go for it, because, nothing to lose there. I was planning on softs mediums, but when I saw him not go in, I'll go for the undercut the hards. But he covered it off next lap. I didn't really come out in too much traffic, but it was just enough to... I couldn't get any kind of momentum going to catch back up to him, so yeah, it was kind of just boring from there, just cruise out P2.
Yeah, and with that gives you some solid points in the championship. Of course, points means you're probably in a worse car. But China, of course, it's going to be next year, not quite next week this time, but how are you on China?
I feel good around China. I know there's two types of people. There's the type of people that really like China, and there's the type of people that don't like it at all. And I'm one of the people that I definitely do really like China. It's one of my more favorite, I don't want to say it's my favorite track, but it's definitely one of my more liked tracks, just like most of the tracks are on this season's calendar. I feel good around it. I've had good success in other leagues on it so far. Actually, I think my result so far this in F1 2020 the game is a 2 firsts and a second, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. But Formula Performance is a whole different beast. But all in all, I feel like I can definitely make up some more points when we get to China.
So optimistic at least for China, and go to look for it.
All right, thank you.
And then I'm picking up P3 today, who is for Sylvain Vessier. Congratulations. Yeah, you qualified on P3. You come in the end in P3 over the line. Yes, Logan's Ted already was in a little fight with you, but without this, your race was, I think, for the R2 in the McLaren, still quite a bit over the race. I think you got a few battles, especially when you came out of the pit or ahead. Yeah, just talk a bit. Just a short question. You got your voice on share? Just check that, please. Because if I got someone in the chat saying that they can't hear you. You got it now?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, you got a pretty good race there. Yeah, I said already, your reserve got called late today. You got not that much practice. A few little fight on track, but yeah, I think it was your second race for FP with last
It
week.
was second, but last week was a horrible and I was hard at the top, so this
Yeah, you got definitely a few points today. Also heading next week, or not next week, next year to China. I don't know. We will see if you're racing there, but are you decent around China?
not really, I don't think. I have lead from, well, I have, but I didn't do it well.
Okay then. Yeah, wish you good luck for the rest of the season whenever you're racing. You get called very late or early, I don't know. Kevin, you have something to add or to ask?
No, not really. Just I think a good way to end off this year with a good race for FP, and hopefully we get even better races next year when we return.
Yeah, hopefully we'll also get good races for F1 on Saturday, 8 p.m. UK time, or 6, 8, it was 6 I think, and F2 and F3 on Sunday for 30 p.m. Yeah, then that's it for FP this year. Thanks to all the drivers, to all the team around IRL for this great year. And yeah, we'll see us next year on the 6th of January for the next round of FP in China. Until then, stay safe, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.